Okay, this is lesson 5 on the second Mishnah in Haminiach. And we're going to start over here Masiv, and we're going to get to Kasha Lishmol. So let's just make a line over there and over there to mark off what we're going to do in this lesson. So Masiv Rav Ashi has a question. We spoke about a machlekes between Rav and Shmuel concerning if a person owns an obstacle that's in the road, is that considered a bar or a shar? According to Shmuel, that's considered a bar. According to Rav, that's considered a shar. What's the difference if it's a bar or a shar? Well, the difference is special halacha that if it's a bar, you're going to be putter if kalim break on it. If it's a shar, obviously it's not a shar, but if we learn it from shar, from the case of shar, that just like you have to watch your animal, you also have to watch your possessions. If we learn it from shar, then you would be chayev on kalim. Special exemption by bar where you putter on kalim. Okay, so the word masiv means that there's a question, and we said that you can either say masiv, meisvei, or eisvei, and it's all the same word, all the same root. The root is tiv, which means to retort or to ask a question. Masiv is used when we know the name of the person who's asking the question, but we don't see the name. We're not saying the name of the person that he's asking on. Okay, so Masiv Rav Ashi asked the question. It says, this was in quotes earlier, it was clearer, because that's a pasuk. And if you notice these circles on this, I just made numbers to show how it's divided into 7 steps. And this Gemara right here. And everything that's part of the brisa, I put into this greenish highlight. And the Gemara's words I put into either the purple, that's at the beginning here, and at the end I some other yellowish green, which is the question, where we finally get back to the question. Actually, it'll be easier if I switch that, so you'll actually see the original question. Let's see if we can do this like this. I'll change that Masiv Rav Ashi to a little greenish, a little yellowish green, and that way it will fit with the, if you want to see where you're going to see the question, that's going to be in that line. That's where you'll see your question. Okay. Back to the Gemara. So what is the question? Well, Masiv Rav Ashi has a question. It says, V'nafal shama, and it fell there, shama is there, Sharai Chamar, an ox or a donkey. That's a quote from the pasuk. It's pasuk in Mishpatim. And that's the pasuk. So number 1 is the pasuk. And the pasuk says if an ox or a donkey fell into the bar, into a pit. And the Gemara says, it's not a Gemara, it's a brisa. Shar v'layadam, the ox that we mentioned is coming to exclude a man. That if a man falls into the pit and dies, you'll be pater. You're only chayev if an ox falls into the pit, you cause the damage to the ox, you're chayev. Chamar, if a donkey falls into the pit, that's when you're chayev. V'lay kalim, but you're not going to be chayev for the utensils that are together with it or on it as a load, or the reins, let's say, of the donkey. Okay, so that's the pasuk, and that's the drasha. I underline the drasha that we have on the words of Shar and Chamar. The third thing is, that what this brisa tells me, is Mikan Amru, from here they said, they is referring to the sages, Nafal Asaycha Shar v'Kelev. Let's say an ox and its utensils, which are things that are put on the ox for its yoke and different equipment. That's the word, equipment. If an ox and its equipment fell into a pit, Binishtabru, and they both broke. The ox probably broke its legs or whatever, and the kalim broke. Chamar, let's say a donkey fell in, v'kelev, and its utensils, its equipment also fell in. V'niskaru, and they tore. So the din is chayav ala behemo pater ala kalim. You're going to be chayav on the animal, and you're going to be pater on the kalim, and that we know from the drasha that we said from the pasuk. Okay, so no problem. We had a pasuk, we had a drasha, we had a case where to apply it. The fourth thing is, listen carefully. We say halamazeh daima. To what is this similar? Again, we had a pasuk, a drasha, and an example for that pasuk and drasha, and we're saying, what is this similar to? So we say this is similar to la'avnai v'sakina yamasai. This is similar to a rock, or his knife, and his load. Shehinicham b'shus rabim v'yiziku, that he placed. Hinicham means placed. That may be a new word for you. In Rishus Rabim, v'yiziku, and it caused damage. Okay, now the Gemara is going to ask on this. Is if you notice, what we did was we brought a pasuk and a drasha on the pasuk and an example, and we said, oh, all of this is similar to a case of a rock that's placed in Rishus Rabim that caused damage. The Gemara is going to ask, Adrabah, on the contrary. I put this in quotes because it's interjecting into the brisa. Adrabah, on the contrary, it's the Gemara's words in middle of the brisa. On the contrary, ma doima lezeh, what would be similar to this? Mi boile, it should have said. Yeah, the boys had a difficulty with this Gemara, but I just want to explain. The way I explained it was like this. Let's say, I asked one of the boys in the class, does he ever have guests in his house? He says, yeah, he has guests. So I said, are you similar to Avram Avinu? Or is Avram Avinu similar to you? So he said, obviously, I'm similar to Avram, not Avram similar to me. Because Avram was first, Avram was greater. So you can be similar to Avram. Avram's not going to be similar to you. So here also we have a pasuk, which is talking about a pit. And we have a drasha on that pasuk. It's only a shar v'le adam chama v'le kelim. We gave an example for the pasuk of something that falls into a pit. Now the pasuk always comes first. So if you want, you can say, well, maybe there's something similar to the pasuk, but you would never say, oh, the pasuk is similar to something else. And that's exactly what we did. We said the pasuk of the pit is similar to an obstacle that's placed in Rishus Rabim. So the Gemara says, Adrab, on the contrary, ma daima lezeh, what is similar to this? The pronoun this is referring to the pasuk. What is similar to the pasuk? Mi ba'ilei, it should have said. Not that the pasuk is similar to something else. So the Gemara answer is very simple. Ella, ma daima lezeh, what is similar to this? Basically, we accept that remark, and we change the brisa, and we say, ma daima lezeh, what is similar to the pasuk? Again, I'll add that in just for clarity. And what is similar to the pasuk? Well, exactly what we said. Avnei sakinim masai, a rock would be exactly the same, or a knife and a load would be exactly the same, like a pit. Sheinichim b'shus rabim, if they're placed in Rishus Rabim, v'yiziku, and they cause damage, you'd be chayev on the animal, you'd be pater on the kelim. Okay. Now, all of that we said we're going to call this. Let's just make this over here a line till there, and we call all of this right over here, Resha. All of that's called the Resha. This over here is going to be called the Seifa. There's only one line. The Seifa says, Lefikach, therefore, if he bangs his bottle, Bo'evan, on a rock, then you're going to be Chayev. We say, therefore, Lefikach, therefore, if he bangs his bottle on a rock, you're going to be Chayev. Okay. I'm not even going to attempt to explain that because it contradicts everything that we just said. We said that if it's a bar, then you should be pater on kelim. You have no better keli than better example of a keli than a bottle, and we just said that a rock is a bar. So why should you be chayev? Okay, that's the Gemara is going to discuss that, but anyway, you should just know that the Seifa says this point, which seems to contradict everything that we said. Okay, now back to Masav Rav Oshia. What was Rav Oshia's question? We'll make that line, and we'll just make a line straight down here. His question was, Reisha Kashal Rav, that the beginning of the Brisa, which spoke about if you have a rock or a knife and a load in Rishus Rabim that causes damage, you're going to be pater on kelim. It's a kasha on Rav, because we know that Rav holds that if you own something, it's not considered a bar, it's considered a shar. It's considered, if you own it, it's considered an ox. Just like you have to watch your money, you also have to watch something that you place in Rishus Rabim that you own. And an ox is not pater on kelim. So why did we say that an example of shar v'le adam chamar v'le kelim would be a rock and a load in Rishus Rabim? Okay, that's clear, the Reisha's question. Seifa kal shel Shmuel. However, the Seifa is a question on Shmuel. The Seifa, again, is if his bottle bangs against a rock. It's talking about, by mistake. It's talking about by mistake where his bottle bangs against a rock by accident. I guess he fell on it. So then he said we say chayev. Now, if it's a bar, then why should he be chayev? He shouldn't be chayev on kalim in a bar. According to Rav, it's no question. We'll just say that it's a shar. But according to Shmuel, this seifa is a big question. Why should you be chayev on kalim in a bar? We know shar v'layadam chamar kalim. You're always putter on kalim in a bar. Okay, we stopped right there, and that's where we'll stop now.